Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva vidya drubinam tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Thou my mother, thou my father, thou art my friend and companion. Thou my wealth, thou my prosperity, thou art all in all, O Lord of Lords. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Now we are back to our reading of Narada's Way of Divine Love by Swami Prabhupada, and we'll be reading today the 65th verse. The verse we have 65th. We have read that verse that in devotion, to develop devotion, what practice we should do and what we should avoid. So we have heard that Narada says that one should not, a devotee should not think of ill of anyone and also not give up the karma, the actions enjoined by that Vedas, that every day, day-to-day rituals and actions, and also Vedic rituals and Vedic actions, all should continue to do that. Then, but when you even, what the question of while you are practicing, you must have to continue those duties, not think of anyone's bad. That was verse 61. And never you think that you will give up the other activities, but whatever you do, whether it is your scriptural activities or even it is your day-to-day activities in the transactional universe, whatever you do, you should not be giving up, but you have to do, offer everything to God. Everything to God. 62nd verse we read, even you have attained the highest state of love for God, intoxicating love for God, then not that siddhu lokabhyavaharayo. Even one attains to the fulfillment of devotion to God in its finest and highest level, then automatically you have to continue your karma. But a time will come, karma will leave you. You need not have to make an effort. That I will, this is worldly work, I don't like this work, I will be meditating, I will be doing. No, your love for God should be so intense. Your other activities you will fail to do all these activities. That means intoxicating love will make you unfit for performing those duties. The karma drops off. You are not to forcefully give up karma. Karma will drop. Say that we find in the life of Ramakrishna, that we find in the life of Sri Chaitanya. Their activities, all activities dropped. What remained with them? Only absorbed in God and talking about God, and that is the only karma they do. Ramakrishna. Look at that. Ramakrishna's karma, all karma dropped. What he did? Only talking about God, getting to samadhi, and not planned way of doing good karma, as is called bad karma. I will not do. I will do this good karma. No, no such thought. Your love has been so intense that whole the mind is pulled out of everything and has gone to God only. As a result, other things have no attraction. It is there, but here is no more affected by that. So
Is
that
it
was
like that the karma will really drop or you will not feel it because he is working really hard from morning to evening? He's traveling from Dakshineshwar to Calcutta. Those days carriage travel is not comfortable at all.
yeah.
And all this and talking to so many worldly people, not always nice conversation also. But still all these things he's going through, but he's not feeling it.
Yeah,
So
that's
now
the
it is
point
not
is
a war.
that he does not do work. You are seeing that he is working. He is only loving God. In the eyes of Ramakrishna, Ramakrishna moving from Dakshineshwar, as you are giving the example by carriage, going to Calcutta in hot summer and trying to see the devotees. It is not like us. I'll have to go and give a lecture. People will be waiting, okay, I'll give a good lecture. I have a good note prepared 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 5 point, and I will give a good lecture, and people will say, ah. There's no such plan. His heart is bleeding for God in human form, love for God. That's why he said, I cannot look at you if I don't see God in you. No? He was looking at Noren. Huh? And Noren. Apparently, they're mad for a young boy. Young, nice looking boy, bright, brilliant. It's, as anyone ignorant people love, that is not that love. He said, I see God in you. So, God, that is attraction for God only. That is our subject. From our side, yes, he is working, he is talking, but he is not doing that. He is only seeing God and interacting with God. We have read day and night what they will do. They will see God, they will talk about God, they will interact with God. There is nothing but God and God. Now, so therefore, one should not follow that they so long we are not reaching that flight of devotion. So we should not give up our normal behavior pattern, our activities and all duties. But what we done? Tat phalatyago tat sadhanam chakarya. You work and you give up your results of your work at the feet of the Lord. Said, oh Lord, I did it for you only. Because the other person is established in loving God. He knows nothing but God. He did whatever he did. His every breath is for God. But I have not reached, we cannot follow them. They are doing out of his spontaneous seeing God, in touch with God. But these people, like us, we should have to focus totally on God. But with giving up our desires and selfless work. Now, for that reason, it has been said lust and greed should be avoided. And the major problem in spiritual life is what? Lust. So, lust, one should not act on lust or even not listen about lust. Not Srabanium, 63 verse. Dhana, money, wealth. Many people even come, many monks even want to be a monk can come. And dhana means wealth. They, when mom dies or dad dies or they got some property, then they go, oh, I have so much property. What shall I do? Then they let me go back. So that also distracts. So you should not talk about those. For a devotee who wants to love God intensely and get absorbed in God, For that last is to be avoided. We will not listen even about that lastful talk. And Nastika. Nastika means those who are atheist. They do not believe in God. And that they will put argument on that. And also those who are antagonistic to spiritual path and their characters. You should not even listen. What the question of interacting with them? Don't listen. And last verse we read on the 64th verse that is focused on Abhimano Dambhadikam Tajam. One will have to give up Abhiman. Major struggle in the spiritual path is I, ego, no? Abhimano, Dambha, pride. No. Even the pride for becoming a monk is a pride. Kanu, do you know who am I? I'm a monk of this. What? I'm so big rather than you. So that is the obstacle in spirit. Even that is good for the beginning. I'm a monk, I will be a monk. That's a good idea. But if it becomes a pride, do you know? There is one sadhu used to say, yeah, do you know who you are talking? I'm a monk of the Ramakrishna order. I am such and such big guy. So this is an obstacle for spiritual growth, for growing love for God. We are nothing. God is everything. We are humbled. God has given me a chance to stay here. I'm fortunate. So that should be the devotee's idea. We are reading what is that book? Night book. Huh? We are reading Imitation of Christ. Thomas A. Kempis. There he is saying, as a devotee, you should say, I am nothing. You are, oh Lord, you are everything. There is no place of ego. If your ego is such a thing, you just try to cut in one area and the ego will sprout in another area. Did you see that tree? When the trimming of the tree, when the tree trimming is done, and you see as if you have pruned it and it becomes very small, the head has become, heavy head has become light. No? And now, wait for a few days, every year we pay money for tree trimming. Why? It again comes. So ego should be subdued. Ramakrishna gave the example that when you put water on the mound, top of the mound, water does not accumulate there. Water will accumulate in the bottom. So be humble, and don't think too much of yourself. Rather, you feel blessed for God's grace that we are in a holy company. We are able to live in a holy company. That's an opportunity. Look at the world, how world is going on. So that idea should be imbibed, that Abhimana, Dambho, pride, and other vices are to be avoided. That means, it means Abhimana, Adi, Dambho Adikam, Tejam. That means the lust, anger, which are the result of our ego, I. And then someone hits your ego, you become furious, anger comes. One leads to the other. Kamat krudho vijayate, krudhad bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibhrama, smriti bhangshad buddhinasa, buddhinasat punashuti. One step leads to our downfall, 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 downfall. So that means kamat krudho vijayate. You desire something and you don't get it. Someone comes in between, your anger will fall upon that person. Maybe he has not done anything or she has not done anything. You desire something and someone said, hey, why are you doing that? Hey, what? You can get angry with him because your desire is being obstructed. Kama, krodha, krodhat bhavati sammoha. Then you become deluded. You shout, you howl, you become angry, red eyes, behave in a way which you don't do normally. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, delusion. Sammoha smriti vibhrama, then you forget. Hey, I'm a gentleman. But the question, I'm a gentleman, I'm a good man. I should not behave like that. Buddhigan. And then smriti bhrangsha nasa. When your memory fails that you are an honest person, control your anger and lust and greed and all these things, then when memory fails, buddhi nasa, then you are wrongly directed then. You see, in the movie and others, also in real life, when you get angry, what do you do? We slam the door, boom. What the door is breaking, you will have to pay the money to repair that. Some takes the glass and throws in the floor. You have to clean the floor, but you are throwing out, you have to pay money to purchase that again. Huh? The glass has done nothing, the door has done nothing. So these are the buddhi nasa. Buddhi is lost and is wrongly directed. Buddhi nasa prasati. So therefore, these are to be avoided by a devotee. So in any level, it should be stopped. Kama, krodha, those type of low mentalities, akulo, are always can create trouble. The internal trouble. First of all, said, don't associate external things with their association. Don't go in close to those people who are lustful. Don't go to those people who are talking day and night politics and this and that and not talk about God. Don't go to them. After that, of course, you are a matured person. That's a different thing. You are a Brahmagyani, then it matters little. You talk about politics or you talk about anything, it does not matter because he lives in the consciousness of one consciousness, God everywhere. So, but for us, as a devotee, we should be careful. That's the internal struggle. So I say internal struggle is much bigger problem rather than external. The external problem is problem, but much problem is what is internal. We blame the environment. Oh, this is a bad environment. I'll go to a silent place, solitary place, and get into samadhi. I'll go in the cave. As if you go to cave, your mind will be all like entering into the cave. Mind will roam around in Hollywood and Boston and New York and this Puerto Rico and this and that place. No, you go. Your body may be sitting in the in some distant land in a cave and dark room, samadhi. People may claim, Abba, he has gone to samadhi place. He has gone to a far of Himalayas. But you have to fight much more than ever. So this is the point. You have to be, the scripture suggests that you have to avoid them. And the 65 verse, Tadarpito, then what shall I do? I have my, those things that I have. I cannot give up my anger. I cannot give up my lust. What shall I do? That's why Bhakti Yoga is for all. Jnana Yogi will say, get out. You are not admitted here. You have to have this basic quality. Viveka, Vairagya, Shama, Dama, Titiksha, Purati, Shraddha, Samadhan. These are the qualities, assets. And Mumukshata. These qualities you have, then you enter into this room. Gyani will tell. These are the qualities. Bhakta, I have lost. What shall I do? Well, you have a way. Yeah, you can come here. What? I have an anger. What shall I do? Anger management. Huh? Well, yes, you can come. And then the sages of the bhakti school teaches them, yeah, how can you do that? Not to give up at the beginning, only change your attitude. Change your attitude little. You have put that last desire for God. You have your anger, go and fight with God. Hey, you know my condition. I am so poor in spirit. Why not helping me? Fight there. So calm, brother. Low greed for higher realization, greed for devotion, as we see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing and tears rolling down. Greed, have greed for that type of love, so that tears will roll down in my eyes. You are not to give up the tendency, but you are only redirecting it into a higher mode of love for God. So that's why it is called bhakti is for universal, for all people, all classes of people, good quality people, bad quality people. That's why when Sri Chaitanya brought this bhaktis, what is called bhakti preaching, he didn't do anything. He didn't sing, dance in the name of Krishna, Ramakrishna. We read the gospel, what he does. He just goes somewhere, talk something, and sing something, and started dancing. And the whole congregation starts. And this dance, this, say, they forgot their all other things. They have, not that they are like Shukadev or like that, Swami Vivekananda, all are not Vivekananda. Huh? And you go into Calcutta, even they don't like him. Brahmo people, Brahmo people, they don't like that he is not very well dressed all the time, because he is little, sometimes he doesn't care for his dress, cloth. So this type of person comes and sings and dances and disturbs our serious talks. Suppose when you are giving some talk and someone comes and sings and dances, what will happen? Hey, stop! You are disturbing my talk. So the talkers, they got really upset because he comes, Ramakrishna comes and disturbs the atmosphere, which is discussing some important topic about spiritual life, and that is being disturbed. So, but who understands it? But he goes, runs for the love of God, and he creates that environment. And many people then followed from there to Ramakrishna. So, devotional practice is that benefit it has, that dedicate. Therefore, what to do? Tadarpito akhilo achara san. So all your behaviors and moods and behaviors and movements, you offer it to God. Yeah. Say, Swami Sri Ramakrishna, unique. Somebody came and said, think of God. Well, I cannot think of God. I drink. Well, okay, you drink. Okay, drink. Girish goes, he said, you drink. Before you drink, take the cup and offer it to Mother Kali and then drink. Huh? But then I can drink. So drink also, but purify by thinking of God. Tad urpito akhilo acharata. All types of behavior people do, that everything can be offered to God. Tad arpito akhilo acharata. Son. Therefore, kamo, krodho, abhimanadikam tasmin neva karaniyam. You have to do your kama, desire. You desire him. Krodha, anger. You are angry. Be angry with God. Abhimana. Abhimana is, what you call Abhiman? Abhiman is last anger, pride. Abhimana say, hmm? Abhiman will be something. Okay, we'll find. Let me see now. অভিমান হচ্ছে তো sometimes dedicating all activities to him, desire, anger, pride, and so forth should be directed only towards him or employed only in the exercise of bhakti towards him. So 65 says that it is difficult to destroy completely selfish instincts and impulses at one time. Forcible repression is not advisable as it would lead to injuries. Yes, eh? So you have someone's lust. It is not monastic life, is not just anyhow to suppress the sex, but to elevate the sex. Huh? That's why suppression is not spirituality. Elevation is the spirituality. You elevate for God. So that's idea. All impulses should be there, but impulses should be, it should be foreseeable. Suppression is not advisable as it would lead to injuries. Therefore, gradual sublimation is a process suitable to conquer the instincts. One method of achieving this end is to be always conscious of the fact that all the activities of the aspirant are only to serve the Lord Himself. So Bhakta will take this attitude. Oh, I am here only to serve God. Whatever I do, whatever I seek, whatever I see, it is all service, service, service. Service to whom? Service to God and God only. Therefore, whenever any feeling of anger, a vanity, pride is vanity. Whenever, therefore, one feels anger, vanity, well, I am somebody, no? The pride and the like, vanity, etc., are aroused, they should at once be recognized. You have to, I am getting angry. Oh, check it. You have to stop in the beginning. Huh? And then they should be carefully directed towards the Lord. The car, what happens? You're driving the car. What happens? When you drive the car and you're a little unmindful and it is going in its own direction, suddenly you see, no, one car has come in front. What do? First be aware, and then that's why more accident happen. People think that I can change the lane now, and another car was in the back. So many accidents happen. But at least you be aware. Oh, there is another car. May hit me. Anger may hit me. Lust may hit me. Pride, vanity may hit me. Be aware, aware, aware. And then direct the course. Turn the course in a safe side. So turn towards God. So turn your all these evil instincts, whatever, towards God. It is called sublimation. So let me read first what Swami Prabhupada has said on page 136, verse number 65. He says, they dedicate all your actions to God and direct all your passions, such as lust, anger, pride, and so forth, toward God. That's the verse. Who says this? Narada. The sage Narada says this in a 65th sutra. So it is human. Everyone is born with these instincts. That's why in the Bhagavad says, who is competent student for bhakti, practicing devotion? Those who are not exceedingly lustful, not exceedingly renunciate, they cannot give up. Total giving up, they cannot do. Are not too much lustful, beyond the mark. Bhakti yoga is for them. That means that type of mindset, if they practice bhakti yoga, that will be. Those who are burning renunciation, you can analyze everything is wrong, everything is momentary, everything is temporary. For that type of person, and to understand the truth, the Jnana Yoga is good. It is not that you have to Change your course according to your taste and temperament. You can redirect yourself. So that should be the idea, that dedication is necessary. All our actions to God, and direct all our passions such as lust, anger, pride, and so forth towards God. I may end the class around maybe 25, 20. So you can have some questions. If you have any questions, please keep them ready. After then we can talk about that. So in the explanation, Swami says, there is a ceremony performed called Homa, in which Brahman and Shakti, Brahman's power, are invoked into the fire. Oblations are offered and prayers are chanted in the firm conviction that Brahman and its power are present in the fire itself. At the end of the ceremony, all actions to their effects, good or bad, are dedicated to God with the following prayer. As we do, you all know, those who come to our home of fire, at the end of oblation, then we chant this mantra. What? Ita purvam prana buddhi deho dharma vatikarataha. Just before performing this, I have done this offering and oblation. Just before that, from my birth till today, I have done so many activities. Ita purvam. By what? Prana, by vital energy. Buddhi, by my intelligence. Prana buddhi, deho dharma, my hunger, my thirst. Deho dharma. Udhikarata, jagrat, in the waking state. Swapna, in my dream state. Shushupti, in the sleep state. In whatever maybe three state I was. I perform many actions, many thinking, thought, good, bad. Jagrat, Sabna, Susupti, Avasya, Manasha, I did it mentally. Vacha, I've spoken some bad words to somebody, good words to somebody. Vacha, Karmana, I did with my hand, feet, some action. Vacha, Karmana. Hastabhyam, by my hand I did it. Hastabhyam, Padvyam, by my feet. Udareno, by my belly, eating. Shishna, by sense touch. Jatkritam, whatever I have done. Jaduktam, whatever I have said. Jasmitam, whatever in memory, I thought something in my memory. Tat sarvam, all of them. Brahmarpanam bhavatu swaha. I offer everything to Brahman. And what fire will do? Fire will burn everything. Brahmarpanam bhavatu. Mang madiyancha sakalang, me and everything belonging to me, good or bad. I have done all these actions, whatever I have done so far in my life. I offer it at the fire of Brahman, that the fire consume all of them. I don't want good, I don't want bad. Let all be. Actually, that happens. You give anything to the fire, what happens? The fire burns. What becomes? It becomes ashes. You give a bell leaf, it will burn. You give some ghee, it will burn. You give some fruits, flowers, consume, they will also eat. And what is the end result? End result is ashes. Brahmarpanam bhavatu swaha. Mang madiyancha, me, and whatever belongs to me, mine. Mang madiyancha sakalam. Sri Ramakrishna Charane Samarpai. I offer. And the fire of Ramakrishna, the fire of Brahman, you name whatever way, I offer there. So, That is the path here being suggested. That there is a ceremony performed which is called the home of fire, in which Brahman and Shakti, the Brahman's power and mother power, are invoked into the fire. Then oblation are offered and prayers are chanted with a firm conviction that Brahman and his power are present in the fire itself. And at the end of the ceremony, all actions with their effects and good and bad are dedicated to God with the following prayer. I, who am an embodied being, we all say, is it not? Jointly? I, who am an embodied being, endowed with intellect, life, breath, and their functions, now offer up all my actions, all and their fruits to the fire of Brahman, no matter what may I have done, said, or thought in the waking state, in dreaming state, or in dreamless sleep, with my mind, with my tongue, with my hands, with my other members. May all this be an offering to Brahman. That means let all be just burnt out. So this is also the prayer we do every home fire and puja time. So an aspirant should make it his daily practice. So what we have to do as a bhakta? As a bhakta, we should practice this every day. Eh? Whenever you go to bed, or whenever you are doing in the morning, transfer every bank account. Big companies transfer their bank account every time. They got sell. Eh? Say 1 million they sell came. Immediately 10 o'clock they transfer on wire transfer. Oh, go. That will incur more interest. Huh? So all good, bad, minus, plus transfer to the bank. In the early days, people used to get robbed at home. No, they call it burglary. They're thieves and what you call dacoits. But no one we fear nowadays. They come to home for stealing. Mostly they go to bank robbery because money people don't keep. People nowadays get credit card. One piece of paper. Huh? So people don't come to take those things nowadays. Huh? But because everything is in the bank, so you deposit everything in the account of God, God's account. You have your account number in God's bank, and you just transfer every day. Oh Lord, I did whatever good and bad. I offer everything to you now. Okay, it becomes 10 o'clock. Okay, oh Lord, I remember. Okay, I offer everything to you. Okay. Oh Lord, please take everything. That I am becoming free. No thief, no burglar will come to catch me because they will find nothing. I've given up everything.
Use like say 10 o'clock some abusive word to someone and then 10:15 I said.
If you are sincere, but it is not like that. You said you don't talk about any people who are not sincere.
No.
That if you do, if you believe that, oh Lord, whatever I have done, I am offering it. But that should improve your character. You will do less next time because you are offered. Again, you are doing some bad thing. Is it for doing bad thing? Bhakti yoga is practicing bad thing or converting the bad thing. How to raise yourself above that? If you are not careful, then it is not bhakti. There is crooked people may make some excuse of doing everything like that. We are not talking about that. It should improve. If I am done and I know that that is not good, and that's why I am offering. If I keep with me, everyone is keeping with us and see the net result. This is a practice. But if you think that I am to offer everything to God, nothing belongs to me. Huh? So everything offering, mind becomes pure. And mind does not accumulate those things. We accumulate in our mind. Huh? We accumulate in our mind what we accumulate. Bad thoughts. Hmm? Sit straight. Huh? We accumulate in our mind what? some bad thought, some evil actions, good or bad planning, this, that, we keep in our mind. If you exhaust your mind every moment before it gathering anything, then you are pure. If we allow the, and of course, if I say, oh, like we used to joke on this word, no? In Christianity, there is what is called confession. Huh? You go and do confession and pay $100 to the priest, huh? Come back and kill another person and go again give $100 and confess. It does not. That is not the intention. That means it should. Oh Lord, I have done. I will not do it again. I'll try my best, but I fail. That's why it is not my willful doing, but I could not do it because my weakness. So help me. So it is when we read spiritual scripture, we will be very careful to know it is not for insincere people we are talking. There should be sincerity. Otherwise, everyone will take advantage of that. Do everything wrong. And they say, oh Lord, I did it. Okay, I offer it to you. Gone. And then do the same thing. If I have given and I know that it is not good, why shall I do second time in spiritual life? An aspirant should make it his daily practice to offer up mentally all his actions and their fruits to God. Page 137. Such a practice will purify the heart, and gradually the aspirant will desist from actions which would obstruct his vision of God. Gradually practicing sincerely, it will desist his tendency. When the tendency attacks him, he can be well guarded by that. And if you really connect with God, what happens? Though we may fail 100 times, 1,000 times, but God's grace comes and God sees that He's trying. Our bad habits don't go easily. Bad habits we create. Creating bad habits also takes not that much effort, but that also habit. But now come out of the habit. Drinking habit is nothing. Drinking habit anyone can do within few days. And they have their group. When you go to the group, then you can drink more. But to come out of the drinking one, you understand, you give up today, I will not drink. But in the evening, you will find that you are going to bar. Hey, why are you coming? As if goaded by something. Our samskaras force us. To come out of that is not a matter of joke. That's why, but if constant effort is there, whatever I am doing, I am missing. This is my failure. Oh Lord, please help me. I offer it to you. I offer it to you. So that sincere prayer will make the heart pure and gradually. Otherwise, it is very difficult to come out from our bad habits. Whatever we have created to come out it takes long struggle. If you go to the Alcoholic Anonymous, how people are struggling months and days and months and years, no? Yeah. So, but they are coming out. But it's not the same person. But previously they were not aware. Now they become aware. Then aware, then their intensity decreases. And then somebody say, I am sober for 10 days. 10 days is achievement. I am 10 days. Again, 11th day. But okay, now struggle again. And then I have done 1 week. And then 15 days I have done. 1 month I have done. You never drank wine when you were a baby or child. So you created that habit and you are saying, oh, I have achieved something. And you go back to your normal state. That's the way we are going back to our normal state. By practice. So gradually, aspirant will desist from actions which would obstruct his vision of God. Faith and love will grow in his heart if the devotee practice like that. The passions are present in every one of us. The great teachers often instruct the aspirants to direct the passion to God. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, we read, whoever directs lust, anger, or other passions towards the Lord with a feeling of identity with Him and devotion to Him is transformed into His being. If you really love and offer, oh, Ramakrishna taught Girish Ghosh, I told you, he was uh, so much addicted to drinking, he could not think of stopping drinking any point of time. So now he said, okay, you drink, but before you drink, just think of mother. Ma, I'm drinking your prasad. Huh? And thinking of mother's face. As soon as you think of mother's face, what will happen? The purity of the mother's thought will come a little bit, and then drink and drink, and actually, everything left him. And he became a saint. We remember Girish why? Because he sinner turned into saint. So this is the transform. Once when Swami Turiyananda was a young boy, he approached his master, you all know that, Sri Ramakrishna, and appealed to him to help him become free from lust. He was a young boy, he would be a monk. So he came to Ramakrishna and said, Sir, can you tell me how can I overcome my lust? Get rid of the lust. The disciple, then Sri Ramakrishna replied, why do you want to be freed from lust? It's a new type of advice. Why should you be freed from your lust? What? Rather increase your lust. Increase your lust. Then the disciple fully understood that increase the lust meant to lust for God and give one's whole heart to Him. That lust, I want you. I want to have it now. Why are you not coming before my life? And cry and weep, no? So the same intensity, speed of the car is the same. It was going in a wrong direction, you turn the wheel in the right direction. Very, very realistic suggestion. This Bhakti Yoga's suggestion is very realistic. You need not have to totally, you cannot do that. In a high speed, how can you brake? If you put the brake, the car will topple, and then as it happens realistically, what happens? You're in a high speed and you put your high brake, what happens? It turns and swirls, and more accidents are affecting other people. But if you very intelligently, if one knows that I am going in wrong direction and to turn, just slowly turn the another, change the lane or do anything, what is the best. But here is the safest direction is turning towards God. Turning towards God. That's why when Girish Ghosh came to Ramakrishna, Girish Ghosh was saw that Ramakrishna is intoxicated. He's singing and he's more intoxicated. He's so much absorbed that affected Girish. Girish thought, what? Where did he go to? Some brandy or what type of wine he has chosen? Then he asked, where did you get? What brand of wine you have drunk? No? And Ramakrishna started singing a song. I don't drink ordinary drink, no? I drink the nectar of Mother Kali, and I got intoxicated. I sing Mother Kali's song, and I got intoxicated. And that transformed him. And he said, oh my God, is there? I have taken so many, 1 or 2 bottles even, and one is in his armpit. And he has entered in Ramakrishna's room and like swirling like that, totally in imbalance. And seeing Ramakrishna, he found him, my God, he's more intoxicated than me. Where did he get this brand? I am spending so much money, but it is not happening for me. So, see, that is the only direction. Yes, you are getting this, but love God. Anger can be directed towards God in the spirit. Oh Lord, why won't you reveal yourself to me? How cruel you must be. I am helpless. My heart is dry. Why don't you reveal your grace to me and grant me steadfast love for you? If you have to say with cries, tears in the eyes, you say, be angry with him. Huh? That I am yours, I am helpless, you know. How can you behave like that? You are my mom, you are my father. Huh? You have brought me in this world and now behaving this way. What type of behavior is that? Huh? There is a song Ram Prasad used to sing. Huh? Then I'll file a suit in the Lord Shiva's office, Shiva's court. Dekhi ma hare ki sotru hare. Let me see. Eh? I am a sadhon samare. That's an anger. I will fight with you. You ma, you are ignoring me. Let me. I'll file a case at the Shiva's court, and I'll defeat you. So this idea is that same expression, but it is turned towards God. So that becomes pure. And steadfast love for you. Or anger can be directed towards the obstacles on our path. You can be angry. Why I follow this path? It is so dangerous. It is so bad. Why I am following that again and again? Path which prevent us from attaining devotion. Anger will then cease, and dispassion will arise in the heart. No, people turn their life from anger. Anger makes them ultimately turn towards God. To become proud. I am proud. I am big guy. I am educated person. I have so much money. I have so much prestige. So many people love me, respect me. You're proud? If you are proud, then he says that to become a proud, thinking that you are child of the Lord. I am proud. I belong to this. I belong to Vedanta. I have a good friends. Those who are people, good people, holy people, spiritual people. I'm proud to belong there. I become a monk. Yes, I'm proud that I have escaped from and I am protected. You should be proud because of those attitudes. So he says to become proud, thinking that you are a child of God, that you are his servant. You should be proud. I am a servant of Ramakrishna order. I am a servant of Vedanta. I do morning and night. I work like a slave, but I slave for Ramakrishna. No, people are slaving in every work, earning money, go to every office. Everyone is working. In every home, everyone is working. How much frustration people carry for that. I am dead. I cannot work anymore. I am fed up. I am fed up with all this nonsense. No, but if one can think, whole day I served only him. This is a bhakti attitude that I have served God and I am done. I am only your servant. Whatever I have done, I've done for now, no one but for you. Yes, that may be painful for me, but I did it for you. So that can be this thinking of a child of the Lord. We should be proud that I could do more service other than someone. Will gradually make you aware of God, and eventually this pride will wear out, and your ego will be merged in the Lord. Thus, it is that when a passions are turned towards God, they become aids to acquiring love for God. So, love for God will come by this way if all are directed towards God. Our passion, the verse is Kama Krodho Abhimanadikam Tasmin Eva Karanyam. We are to do, if we are to be angry, go be angry with God and say, you are not showing your grace, you are not coming to me. Ramakrishna, anger, frustration, be frustrated with him. Hey, what are you doing? Ramakrishna wanted to kill him. Why? Is it not frustration? But divine frustration. We get frustrated for some material something, and Ramakrishna was all, but for his vision of the mother. That's why he was so frustrated. She thought that suicide, he was committing suicide or killing himself. No. So these are the points that karma anger or pride or whatever ill negative qualities of us, it can be redirected because we cannot get out as we started our discussion. Like you cut the tree, it sprouts another way. You do this way, it takes you another way. So therefore, we should be careful about that. So this is the verse number 65 that you offer all your activities, all your behaviors at the feet of the Lord, and even your kama, krodha, abhimana, etc., anger, and then lust, anger, pride, and similar such bad tendencies which we have towards God. Connect with God, pray to God, cry to God. And he has given the idea that every time pray, oh Lord, please take away my this karma. Please help me to get out of this. Okay? Any question has come?
Question so far.
Okay. So we end here. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Panamastu. Now question answer. Diane. Can the word lust be replaced with the word desire? Desire is a very sophisticated word, but lust, why it is said? Because the scripture is giving you the idea, the strongest obstacle can be redirected. Desire is desire. I desire for getting one ice cream. It's not that bad. Not bad, but not that bad. I want to go to a good restaurant. That's a desire. Okay. Ramakrishna said, even finish your small desires. You have, okay, eat 10 times, finish ice cream. Then 11th time you will say, I have tasted. That's enough. You want to go to see some nice place, very scenic place. Okay, this desire, little desire, go see, and then tell your mind, hey, I went and saw. What did I get it? What's special? What is the special thing I gained? It's like any other sin. I see all those in the pictures. Nowadays on the computer you can find everything. Huh? So okay, still you want to go? Oh, you go. These are called desires, smaller things. But when they use their language little strong, meaning that even where we are more than minor things, major things we are affected with the major things, that also can be directed toward. Look at that, the idea of the gopis. They used to love Krishna, not in a husband-wife type of relationship. Huh? You see, you are bringing spirituality into that type of relationship? No, because people, that is their practical problem. But that can be elevated in this way. That is that tends to them the purest love for God and God, seeing God, feeling God's presence, experiencing God's existence. So this is the point that we can really practice that. This you can desire it, you can say desire, but desire, as I separated these two things, desire is may be used, but people may think about what about my other things. Desire, I understand. Small desires, I can tell everybody I like ice cream. There's no shame in that. But to say certain things are there, what I cannot tell anybody. But it is I am suffering inside. What about that? So that is too strong desires, which are more obstacles. Any desire is obstacle. No, any desire is obstacle to God. But some are stumbling block. Some are little stones. Some are even so feeble that you walk and by your hit of your foot, it runs away. No? So there are desires of different levels. So that's why it is mentioned. The scriptures, kama, krodha, etc. Okay? So that's all. I think no one have any question. Thank you all for listening. We'll be able to meet you again at 7:30 for our Shanti Gita class. And as much as we are reading this, it's a wonderful Vedantic book. Ah, if we study it very deeply, we get all the Vedantic ideas and also the way to get out of it, to get peace. Okay, thank you. Jai Ma. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We'll start verse number 66 next time.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you so much.
Always thank you for your teaching. Now, Ramakrishna says you have to assimilate it.